to the first episode of It's Just Us. I'm your host that's probably going to do the most, Patrick, here with the lovely, beautiful, intelligent Stephanie. And we here to go over the good, the bad, the sad, and a little bit of everything. So we're going to get right into it. First topic is Hulu is dropping the Freaknik documentary. I will let you go first because after I'm done, we'll probably switch topics.
Like, why we gotta start off with Freaknik? Like,
we got a lot to get to. It's some serious stuff. I'd rather get like the funny stuff out of the way first.
Okay, all right. Well, that all depends because, okay, well, for the people who don't know what Freaknik is, right? It's technically...
Google it if you don't know what Freaknik is.
Wow, so I can't explain for the people. What about white people who's listening to this? They may not know what the hell's going on.
They was there.
Do you think white people was there at Freaknik?
You don't think there was some swirling going on?
All right, you know what? Anyways, Freaknik is technically an event that started back then for spring break, for the people who couldn't go to spring break. And it started with like 50 students with HBCUs meeting up there, and it just escalated from there, right? It hit like its peak in 1996, where over 200,000 people came from all over the country, majority of them HBCUs and just Black people in general. And it was just like a very fun event, but it just, had some undercurrents during the events that kind of caused some controversy. I'm not going to lie to you. Mm-hmm. But the biggest thing that I'm a little bit nervous about with this documentary is that there's going to be a lot of people who treated Freaknik like Las Vegas, right?
Okay.
Like that whole what happens in Las Vegas stays in Vegas, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This is that on a grand scheme of things. Like we're going to be seeing a lot of our aunties, even some of my grandmas out there. Like, late 40s, early 50s. Y'all is going to be mainly in this documentary.
Mm-hmm. You ready?
Yeah.
Because you're being real sweet about it.
How am I being sweet?
I'm just going to be honest about it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. The time has finally come. All y'all, these kids these days, back in my days, we ain't never do this, and the girls is twerking, all of that. It's y'all time to shine. I don't want to hear no excuses, none of that, because y'all was doing the exact same thing. All that twerking, y'all didn't call it twerking back then. Y'all called it shaking what your mama gave you. I'm just letting it be known. I ain't watched none of the documentary yet, so y'all got a week to get y'all excuses right. Next week when I come in here, I'm putting it all on blast. Mamas, aunties, grandmas, and daddies, because y'all was doing all that talk about us now in social media. Y'all was doing the same thing with them old behind camcorders and the VCR tapes. We was doing it on Twitter. Y'all was doing it on the VCR tapes. We calling it out.
Okay. Here's my thing, though. You be seeing some of the videos that was circulating on Twitter. You got a whole bunch of people off on the roof of cars shaking ass. And then in one particular video, you actually see like a group of men trying to shake the car down to get them to fall down to the floor. And they still shaking ass as the car is shaking with them. It was flabbergasting me. It was.
And I mean, I agree. I did see it. But at the same time, my point is this. They talk about us on social media. They talk about definitely all the girls now, which I ain't gonna lie, Meg really the clean version. Because now we got Sukihana and a lot of the other people that's really making it that style is getting more mainstream.
Low key, listen, controversial, but if you get somebody like Sukihana out though, don't tell me she wouldn't have spring break lit.
Sukihana is exactly who you would want. Like if Freaknik was like a Rolling Loud, Sukihana is a headliner. She like top 2 rows. Sukihana, maybe Ruby Rose, Meg, but definitely like Sukihana. Like that's gonna be up there.
But here's the thing: if you watch the documentary, like imagine you home and you watching a documentary with your friends, right? And they see like Aunt Jam up there. Right? Up here, topless. No, it's happening. Grinding on somebody.
It's happening.
Do you bring it up the next time y'all at the family reunion or like the family dinner, or do you keep that to yourself?
At Thanksgiving, when everybody talking about your grades, how you got caught up at school, just rewind minute 17, wherever your auntie at, and just put it on the table.
But do you happen to know when is it going to be released?
So they haven't really put out a release date yet, but it is supposed to come out mid-April, so we'll probably be seeing it before this month is over.
Okay, hold on.
I thought it was already out when I just did all that threatening, but it's not out.
The threatening about bringing this exact timepiece of minute 15 through 2 minute 23 at the dinner table to show your auntie when she's snapping on you?
Not my auntie, but I am kind of standing at the forefront for all of us that always had to hear everything growing up when they was doing all the same stuff regardless.
That is true. They was going to say, if not worse. If not worse. Okay, next topic.
So I was gonna ask you,
Okay.
just so the people could know,
Okay.
what do you do?
What I do?
Yeah, like you don't have to say like company name or anything like that, but what do you do?
Oh, okay. Well, child. So currently I'm a sales consultant at a tech company.
Okay.
It's a little ghetto, but you know, like we here, we vibing.
Don't downplay it like it's not a Fortune 500 company.
Don't be saying it like that.
I'm sorry. It's your time to talk. It's your time to talk. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a little ghetto. Customers be cussing us out sometimes, but you know, we live, we lit.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Well, I technically just started a job that I don't plan on staying at. Temporarily.
That sounds very much like our generation.
Today was the first day of training. I spent the majority of the day editing the podcast, but I technically was there. So I got paid to edit the podcast. In a month or so, we'll be leaving them and going on to where we want to be, which is selling for another company. Higher dollar, better benefits. And you know, speaking of jobs, I feel like that's kind of the next segment of where we're going into. So I believe the first subject along with jobs we do have is a nice teacher. And she was doing her job a little different. Some would say unorthodox, unless you're a boxing trainer.
You're really throwing me for a loop right now. I'm not understanding.
Florida, they got us again. And matter of fact, let's just do this first episode. We are a Florida podcast. Please.
Well, go
We're
ahead.
not the spokesman for all Florida incidents.
Go ahead and mention where you're from, though. Let's represent.
Oh, yeah, you know, I rep my city. I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida.
I'm from South Florida, Palm Beach to be exact.
Yeah, I was about to say, go ahead and say the city, because y'all all like to claim Miami
Palm
sometimes.
Beach.
Y'all all like to claim Miami.
Miami.
I be noticing sometimes.
Who from Palm Beach claim Miami?
I'm just saying, I be noticing sometimes when y'all be from South Florida,
Okay.
y'all just say y'all from Miami.
Who said that? Tell me a Palm Beach resident right now. Or tell me right now a Palm Beach resident that claimed Miami before they'll claim Palm Beach. What you saying right now to me?
I'm sorry.
Don't play me.
I wasn't trying to hit a button. But
Miami.
A Florida 6th grade teacher oversaw fights among girls in class. Allegedly, because we are not the jury.
Well, hold on, wait. Let me skip past. Wait, you said 6th grade?
Yeah, this is 6th grade.
Florida 6th grade teacher oversaw fights among girls in class. Authorities say, excuse me, 6th grade? You're like 11.
Allegedly, Angel Drew Footman, 23, is charged with 4 counts of contributing to the delinquency of minors.
So that means 4 different fights.
They claim, this is what they claim, because we cannot just be throwing people in jail. They claim that she, was, rounding people up and letting them know, hey, when we get in here, no screaming, no phones, no cameras. And, she was letting them get to it a little bit. I ask you, being a woman, how do you feel about this? Did you ever feel like in sixth grade you needed to get somebody right? Like would a quick 30 have helped you? Because I'll be honest. In sixth grade, I wasn't really swinging on people like that, but
Hold on, wait.
I might have had one or two people that I might have wanted to line up in like Miss Zoe class if I knew she had like the lunchroom exhibitions going on.
Wait, I'm really trying to think. Because sixth grade was hell. You know what? I really did hate. I did hate middle school. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, I was doing some stupid shit back then. Because I think there was like one time I was in school lunch and I kind of went through the line the second time and had the chicken tenders in my pockets because I was a little hungry.
So you were stealing?
Who said I was stealing?
Why weren't they on the tray?
So, anyways, I didn't realize wearing khaki pants that they was going to leave grease stains. Right?
Whoa, chicken tenders in the khakis? Whoa.
Hold on, don't play me. I'm trying to tell you. Hold on.
Were they khaki pants or shorts?
They were khaki pants.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Multiple pockets or just the 4? I know. I need the whole visual because the people need to know.
Okay, so I don't know if I ever told you this, but
you didn't.
But yeah, I had it in my right hand pocket, and as you're getting out through the door, it was very blatant what I had in my pockets, obviously. So it was a group of black boys that was kind of like at the edge of the door. They see me and immediately said, "Whoa!" Like immediately. So that's what I'm saying.
I would have said "whoa" too. Like you really had the tenders in the pocket.
They started roasting me. I was really hurt.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
How many was it? Was it like a 4-piece?
It was like 3. I swear it was. It was like 3. It was like this length.
It was
this thin, like this thick, this length, and it was kind of like just in my pockets.
So you had a 3-piece lemon pepper chicken tenders in your pocket?
Patrick, don't play me.
I'm asking a question. I'm just asking.
Don't play me.
I'm just asking.
Okay.
So you had a 10-piece.
I'm
sorry, 3. I'm sorry, 3. That's on me.
Keep it moving. But that's what I'm saying. I used to get bullied a lot, right? In regards to some of the antics that I would do back then.
So if you could have, you would have participated in these extracurricular hands?
I could have. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was points where I was thinking about it. But my thing is though, here's my thing. I don't condone the behavior. I don't. When you hear me speaking like this, I don't.
Definitely not from the teacher.
But I can understand the reasoning. Like, hear me out. It's a controlled environment. You got technically an adult. I guess you would consider herself an adult, allegedly, right?
She's 23. That's an adult.
Yeah, but it's allegedly in terms of the crimes.
Correct.
So she may have thought, like, I'm an adult. I'm making sure ain't no hair being pulled, ain't no clothes being ripped. It's just straight hand-to-hand combat, right? So that's probably what she was thinking. Mm-hmm. It's just the way she was going about it for 6th graders. It's not appropriate. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, look at this, babe. Look at this. She even called students out from other classes to participate. That means she going down to Miss Johnson class at the end around 2 p.m. and telling that girl, "Hey, come outside," for her other students so they can fight.
Now, can I ask you something?
Is she black? That's all I gotta ask. Is she black?
Allegedly.
Damn, Patrick.
We don't know. We don't know what she mixed with.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Now, my question would be, and you can plead the fifth if you want to.
Okay.
If you was an algebra teacher,
okay,
and we'll say Lil Diamond. I feel like that's a good young girl name.
Okay, I'm concerned, but okay.
Lil Diamond right now 3-0, 2 knockouts. You doing side bets? Oh, you caught. You already caught. You was definitely gonna do a side bet. You was putting 200 on Diamond. You caught just that fast.
Hold on, wait.
You're caught.
Let me hear the stats.
She 3-0, 2 knockouts.
I imagine they in the teacher lounge.
And both knockouts come after recess. So you know if it's after like PE, she really ready. She be pumped.
She really get active.
Yeah.
That
And
is
on Tuesday she wear the Skechers that got extra grip.
that is. Can we? Okay, let's get out
All right.
of this.
She don't want to be honest. She don't want to be honest. If
we
I'm the
shouldn't-
science teacher, I got 300 on Diamond.
We shouldn't be talking about this. These are still babies. Like at the end of the day, regardless, she was still facilitating. She was like the charges was saying, contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Why are we not learning how to talk our feelings out? Why are we not learning how to do some conflict resolution? Why are we not learning about that? Why is Sarah Jessica learning how to throw hands with Miss Ruby over here?
So are you suggesting that they should do a classroom therapy session instead of classroom hands?
Yes, I would love that. And I'm pretty sure Miss Angel probably should have loved that too.
Well, what I can say is, if she is guilty, where she is going, she'll be able to host fights there as well.
Now, granted, really?
I'm just saying, and they're going to have way better side bets.
Now, I will say this though. They caught her with a lot of people. Like it was numerous interviews they did with faculty members, students, including the actual girls themselves involved in the fight. Like she had a busy ass schedule. Look at this. 2 fights took place March 22nd and 1 on March 23rd. It was 6 girls who paired off, babe. That means 3 and 3.
Do you think they got cards? Like, no, like I'm trying to be for real. Like, do you think like you come into class and you kind of already know who the main event is for the day? I'm trying to be for real. I'm not trying to be funny.
I hate talking to you, bro.
I'm asking you a real question. Because no, the way you just laid it out, 2 fights took place on March 22nd. You trying to tell me they was just random? Those was definitely planned out. It's school. You only got so much free time.
Okay, but here's the thing. No one was even reported to be injured. So, in the end, the fights happen. And that's the reason why I say let's hear Miss Angel out, right?
Oh, if we hear her out, it looks like she offered the explanation that, you know, she knows that she has poor classroom management skills. She probably should have asked for a lawyer first.
She said that.
Yeah, she probably should have.
Footman stated
Allegedly,
outright.
she said that.
Nah, this ain't allegedly. This is not allegedly. This is Sheriff. This is Sheriff Detective Hannah Perry.
That's crazy.
Footman stated outright that she knows she has poor classroom management skills.
But she working on it.
As an explanation as to why you was facilitating a bunch of these type of illegal fights.
She working on it.
Hey, I do want to let it be known because we was getting on Gen X for Freaknik. We need to start talking about Gen Z and what's going on with these teacher positions because this is not the only story I heard about. I know there's a second one. I will look into it right now or later, but I swear there is another one. Young, 23, 24.
Oh, our generation lit. I know 3 teachers right now with OnlyFans.
Don't out them, please.
I'm not here to expose nobody. I'm just saying, you know, I'm sure back in the day our teachers had stuff going on.
That is true.
Don't think just because we getting on, you know, the older generation, we ain't got a lot to say about our generation too. I got a lot. I do. Because that's another thing. Everybody laughing about Freaknik and all that. What y'all think gonna happen in 25, 30 years when the OnlyFans documentary come out? Oh yeah, cold caught busted. And your kid gonna be in 6th grade, 3rd grade, and you laughing, and they talking about how you used to be sprinkles underscore 27 for the $9.99 a month.
Please.
With the $4.99 trial.
I beg, please. Please. We don't need the extra details. We understand. They're out there.
Okay, hey, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
But I was reading somewhere that this kid, I think he was in like the 3rd or 4th grade, he did have some of his peers find the video and kind of show it to him, but he actually got into fights about it. But
I would get into fights about that too.
You would get into fights about it? But I feel like that's something you should let go. Well, no, here's the thing. If your mom is comfortable enough with you and dads, because there'd be some dads on OnlyFans.
That's not fair. Because
But if they tell you about it already, I feel like you should be okay if somebody come up to you.
that's the thing, though. You can be okay if somebody. That's the thing, though. I mean, you can be okay if somebody comes up to you, but at the end of the day, we still don't play about certain people being talked about. Like, it don't matter. Hypothetically, if I'm a kid in 20 years, it don't matter that my mom had an OnlyFans and I know my mom had an OnlyFans. When you start making yo jokes, because you got to think it's kids. The username gonna be involved. If chocolate was in there, now all of a sudden the kid always, man, anybody else want some chocolate? Like, you know how kids is. Like, it's always stuff like that. So hands are gonna always be kind of given when you talk about somebody's mom. So listen, I kind of just feel like that's fair.
I get it. And I'm not saying that the feelings that can come from it aren't going to be justified. They are, completely. But my thing is, if you know your mama do this, don't act brand new when others can see it. And now you're constantly getting suspended. Now you're constantly getting into fights. And what? Now your mama got to figure out another source of income because you can't control yourself? Yes. I'll be throwing... Yes. You need to calm down. If Lil Thomas want to talk about me, let him talk about me. It's not that serious. I mean, it is, but it's not that serious from the parents' point of view. If you're going to continue in that type of position, right? Now, if it's me, personally, I wouldn't even be in that situation, right? But if it's me, I would have to move away from it, but I can't judge other people who feel like that's the only way that they survive in regards to their actual employment.
So then what do you tell the kids that are going to have to deal with the person actually pulling up the video and playing it in front of the class?
In front of the class? Where's the teacher?
The class hasn't started yet. Be honest, you know how school works. And they got cellular, so they don't need the Wi-Fi. Because you know it's going to be blocked on Wi-Fi. But they got cellular.
It's definitely gonna be blocked on the school Wi-Fi.
But they got cellular, so you caught. And see, that just goes back into kind of as a parent and why you got to stay on your job, which does lead into my surprise topic. Okay. For those who don't know, every week we will have surprise topics that the other person does not know about. Okay. In order to get a nice reaction, and jobs is part of the segment, so I wanted the surprise topic to relate. So you can go ahead and hit that link there and you can watch this video and we'll put it up on the screen for everybody to see. And I just want to know, if you were a supervisor, how you would react.
Manager catches employees sleeping on the job in Cleveland, Ohio. What y'all? Cleveland, Ohio at 6:20.
Cuddle.
Are you serious?
They really asleep.
Guys.
Hold on. You mean to tell me they really asleep? Let me play the video back again. Let me play it one more time. This isn't a skit?
I like how the supervisor at the beginning said you give people a chance and that's how they do you.
Are you serious? Guys.
Oh my God.
Hey, look, at first I thought it was fake, but Buddy in the back really get the sleep out of his eyes. And they got the your mom bust in the room kind of wake up jump. So it ain't really a skit.
He really started stretching up like he had a good night's sleep.
And now go ahead.
I'm about to say you asking for my opinion, ain't you?
Yes.
Okay. So 6:27 a.m. I fuck with him giving us the details. I do. Cleveland, Ohio, 6:27, third shift, 10 p.m. through 7 a.m., right? That's technically what they're supposed to be doing up and at them. This looks like a Sam's Club. Maybe...
It's a warehouse.
It's a warehouse. Yeah. Maybe a Costco.
Home Depot, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
These Negroes are situated up on a big-ass green inflatable pillow on the racks, cuddled up, sleep. It's 6:27 a.m. We halfway through the shift. You just started at 10 p.m. Wow.
Can I ask you a question?
Actually, hold on, no. It's not halfway through the shift.
No, it's almost
over. 30 minutes over, close to the shift. How long were they asleep?
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
What if they were done with the assignments for the day?
So what?
Now look, you can be mad.
Let's catch some
You can be
Z's.
mad. All the pallets put down. Laser lined all the stuff in the store. Mm-hmm. Everything swept. What do you say?
Patrick, at 6:27, take your ass home. What you mean?
I can't.
I'm gonna go have a nap.
I can't
with
go
this.
home early.
Listen, it's him and this. Both
And
of
this
them.
woman?
Both of them are chilling on this rack at 6:27 a.m. Get the fuck up and go.
Cuddle. That's the. But see, you gotta be able to understand, right? Be honest. It's warehouse. It's probably a little chilly. Laying in separate quarters. We're humans. We were made to survive.
I'm sorry. I'm just really aggravated that 6:27 a.m. and their shift ends at 7. How long were they asleep? This is my problem with it.
You don't feel like when we were working at Whole Foods together,
Okay.
you don't feel like when we got done with our assignment, we got like 30-something minutes left. You don't feel like we kind of could have just laid in the cooler, kind of just chilled out a little bit?
First of all, Patrick, how are we gonna go to sleep in the cooler? It's a cooler.
What I'm saying is cuddling makes it more comfortable and warm.
In a cooler? I'm not doing that.
You might have took be honest, right?
Okay.
Job done. We'll say hypothetically Sam's Club. They got the upstairs room. The break room is typically upstairs.
Okay. Yeah.
Or at most, I'm sure Publix is probably like that too.
Yes, it is.
Break room be upstairs. So you catch the little nod off like this in the little corner, probably a little slob, and you got Jenny and everybody kind of walking past you. Hey, I think Patrick's sleeping in the break room. You know how they be. Be honest. They be snitching.
They do. My aggravation right now is that they look fed up with him.
They do.
Like
They do.
he
That's the
woke
part.
them up.
That's the part that's really hilarious. They really look like we said we was gonna set the alarm too. Like we weren't really supposed to get caught this time. Cause that's the thing. They're not mad. You can kind of see they aggravated they got caught, but they also don't have the reaction of somebody that this their first time.
Yeah. You also kind of got to remember too. It kind of reminds me of how this was nodding off in the bathrooms all the time. They had to go get him out there, and he would be falling asleep with the phone in his hand.
But he was never cuddling.
He
the
would fall
thing.
asleep on the clock.
But he wasn't cuddling. They on the floor. But speaking of nighttime and working, we have started a new show, #1 show on Netflix, Night Agent. And I am curious to know your opinion on it. Let me get a rating. 1 through 10 so far. We're on episode 8, so we're not finished. But so far, what would you rate it?
Okay, so far rating wise, I give it an 8.59. I give it 8.59. There were points in times where it hit like a 10, but then there were points where it kind of hit like a 7 for me, where it's like, come on, now be for real. Y'all put this in her?
Okay.
Like,
Are we doing spoilers?
we could talk around it. We don't got to do too much
Potential
spoilers.
spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Night Agent and plan on watching it, just skip a quick 5 minutes.
You don't think we can kind of go around it without...
I kind of want to talk about it.
Okay, all right,
do.
go ahead. So, let me be honest here. What did that one person say? He rather sell crap before he served this country? I can kind of understand that, right?
Wow.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, serve crack.
So you rather be a criminal before a soldier?
Yeah, I would rather serve crack than serve this country. And I feel like that's something that I may feel a little bit deeply. Now, here's the thing. Now, before, you're talking to a person.
I mean, you're from South Florida, so it'll make sense as we go.
What does that mean?
It'll just make sense as we go. We're good.
Anyways, so this is also coming from a person who at one point in time was talking to a recruiter for the Marines, right? Like he was really trying to get me hard.
I remember.
He got me a Bento's meal. I did a plastic A ASVAD. I don't know I forgot the name of it. And he said I passed with some great numbers. He was trying to get me in there. So this is a person that was talking to the military, right? Coming from somebody like me and watching this show, that sentiment sentiment, yeah, that sentiment really holds true for me. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the way that the U.S. government said "fuck you" to this man. Because here's the thing: by the third episode, you already know it's somebody in the government.
Yeah.
About a second or third episode, so I don't feel like that's a really big spoiler. I don't. By the second or third episode, you already see, something is amiss. Like, like off the rip. And here's the thing: if I'm the technically the girl protagonist, the person who kind of like dealt with all that, and she's kind of thrusted upon this journey of trying to seek out the truth.
I want to say her name, but I don't remember it.
I don't remember it, but you know, she amazing actor,
good actor, good actors all across the board.
My thing is, if I had to be a part and witness such atrocities that happen, and then for you to think, I'm going to trust y'all with my life, and I know it's something going on inside the government, y'all really think I'm about to slide up in here and be kind of kiki laughing with you? I understand why she didn't want to talk to them when they was trying to get some information on her at the table. No, I didn't see anything when my uncle and aunt died. I didn't.
So instead, you take a rookie Uber to protect you for the rest of your life.
A rookie Uber? How dare you? This man
was just answering phone calls.
He was manning.
He was living his life, minding his own business.
First of all, he had some really high clearance to be in the White House. Yes, it was in the basement, but he had some high clearance to get there. And yes, he was manning a phone that is supposed to be for emergencies for agents out there. You really disrespected him in his position right now.
No, it's not that. It's really understanding that she really didn't have to do all that. Like, if we're looking at her position, she just was stressed for the truth. But truthfully, if we're being honest about everything, she could have just gave them the hard drive or whatever and went into witness protection. Because they would have been able to keep her safe.
Patrick, are we going to forget the conversation she heard before her auntie and uncle just got shot dead?
Correct. But
they said that there was somebody deep in the White House that's causing all of this issues that they were trying to like hide in secrecy. She heard them talking about it right before they got shot dead. You really think now I got the deputy of the FBI, like the department over there? There's two completely high. Who is it? I think it's the chief of staff and then like somebody from high up in like the FBI. Y'all both. I thought my auntie and uncle were just contractors that they did like, you know, conventions and stuff like that. You telling me they were spies? Imagine, babe. Can you imagine somebody coming up to you and telling you that is a spy? You're not gonna believe that shit. You seen her at her jobs.
But you know what I'm also not going to do?
What?
Convince myself that I'm able to do that type of work and not be living off the grid because I wanted to find the truth when it really wouldn't have mattered like that to me. Because honestly, what's going to happen when she finally do find out the truth? Like, how much is her life really going to change? She's still going to have to be off the grid. She still ain't going to be able to come back. Because unless they catch the two people that's really making all this stuff happen. Well, really, it's more than two now. At this point, it seems like it's a nice collective.
Because I was just about to say,
by episode 8,
with her life doesn't go back to normal unless the truth is found out. Because as soon as the truth is found out and released, they would have to leave her alone. Correct?
I feel like we're looking at it real sweet because they're not gonna leave her alone.
Why would they not?
Because it never works that way. All she had to do was get on the flash drive. Quick little flash drive, man. You don't even know what's on it. You trying to crack the codes with your little old, you know, she had a little entrepreneur thing going on. You trying to crack the codes with your old software. You about to break your whole laptop. Give the people the codes and just let it be what it is. The only reason these people is chasing you and bothering you like this is because you trying to be John Wick, James Bond right now. You not that.
Hey, she was fucking that man up with that stick. Don't do that.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Don't do that. She was...
That dude, if he get any type of awards in terms of like saving her, they need to take him away. Because her in that log, her and Plank from Ed and Eddie.
Let me tell you, that man was almost out of there. But when she came out there with that big ass log, I don't know how she had the strength.
Nah, she probably slept him like 8 to 10 times with that one log. Like, because
No, she definitely hit him.
Because Jimmy, or whatever his name was, I don't remember, he really wasn't getting the job done. Like, until the very end with the choke, he wasn't really getting the job done. But she really did, like the writers really did say, like, nah, you're going to hit him like 20 times with this log. But we'll probably break that down more once we finish the season as well. If you haven't already started watching it, definitely go put the time aside to watch Night Agent. And you want to go ahead and get to the more serious topics?
Yes, definitely. The very next topic we got is a little bit more on the serious side, but it's something that even if, how frequently it occurs, I don't want it to ever become normalized. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's for the shooting that just happened recently out there in Louisville, I want to say. It left 5 people dead and multiple people injured. Now, there was a lot of details that are coming out sporadically, of course, when the situation was just like ongoing. But it happened, I think it was a bank, wasn't it? And the dude actually worked there. He's like 25 years old. And it's really weird how young they are and how willing that they are to actually throw away their lives for stuff like this. But he's 25, came back to the workplace and started blowing people up. There is one of the managers, one of the higher ups that was on a Teams meeting that said that they had to witness people getting murdered on the Teams meeting. When he blasted through. Like, I really need people to understand just this isn't normal, especially for a first world country, quote unquote. This isn't normal. And it shouldn't be normalized just because we're so used to gun violence.
Right. I agree. I think, one, it shouldn't be normal. I think we have way too many resources to stop something like this. But two, and one of the things that I definitely wanted to touch on this is that I think a lot of times people don't really think about the effect video games may have had on our generation. And just to give like an alternative perspective, growing up, we play so many games where you get to just make these rash decisions. You get to kind of disregard human life because these aren't really like living things. They're CPUs, they're computers, etc.
Kind of like Grand Theft Auto.
Right. Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Halo. You know, we play these games where, you know, you get to pull the trigger. You get to have fun with these type of things. But you never really take into consideration the fact that when it's in real life, you know, these other people don't get to respawn. And just in general, you know, like life is not a video game. Mm-hmm. We play Grand Theft Auto where, you know, you can do something extremely wild. You can rob a bank in Grand Theft Auto and get away with it in the next 5 to 10 minutes. You know, you lose all your stars, get away with it. I think that we have gotten into this point to where we kind of forget that that's not how real life is.
It kind of creates that blatant disregard for life, honestly. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, it ain't just video games that's causing this. There's a multitude of issues, especially in regards to mental health, actual gun restrictions for that specific state. There's a multitude of factors that's leading into this specific situation popping up multiple times, right? But it's that blatant disregard for life, like lacking any type of empathy for this next person and for the people around this person that would mourn their loss.
Right. Like I believe they said he was streaming on like Instagram Live when he went in there. So
hold on, what?
Yeah, he was live streaming. Like
he was live streaming, murdering a bunch of people.
They specifically called it like a live stream rampage. But this is like what I'm talking about in the sense of like everybody kind of just feels like we can make these decisions. There may or may not be consequences. I'm going to get away with it. Where you kind of just start to wonder, like, you know, how far is this going to go?
One of the people who literally just got shot dead too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't get shot dead. He got shot in the head, and he's fighting for his life currently in life condition, right? It's an officer who literally just got out of the academy a week ago.
He was a rookie. I seen that.
So, and then the thing is, I actually known somebody. We went to like a trip back in high school together, and I just continuously followed her on Instagram and kept up with her life from that point. And she married a police officer while he was out on duty. This man also got shot very badly. Wound up in a hospital for a very long time. And he wasn't out on the force for that long either. That's a problem.
Yeah, but my thing is, like, at this point, like, it really has gotten to the point to where everybody thinks they know the answer to, like, this solution, but what really is the answer? Because you can't necessarily say we have to just take all the guns away, because everybody, no matter what, is not going to give away all their guns. If we genuinely believe that everybody would give up their guns, I'd be for it. Just like I'm for, going on strike, everybody leaving a job together if everybody gonna do it. But we know for a fact, if they say, all right, we decided we're just gonna all guns, done with them, everybody's not giving up their guns.
Absolutely not, because it's already been codified into the Constitution. That Second Amendment has held the rest of us in a chokehold. It has held the rest of us in a chokehold,
especially the South,
for years. I thought after the Sandy Hook bullshit, it was going to be the end of it. I thought, okay, after the Parkland bullshit, it was going to be the end of it. I thought, okay, after the Texas, come on now, bro. Come on, bro. Like, at this point, I have no clue what else or who else could die.
Yeah.
For this to be taken seriously.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we've gotten past all the extreme situations to say, okay, we've hit the point to where now they're going to do something.
Yeah.
We're past that point. We've seen clubs get shot up. We've seen malls get shot up. We've seen churches get shot up. We've seen children's schools get shot up. We've seen literally everything. We've seen parades get shot up now. Movie theaters. Every place possible that you could go out with your gam and your cousins has been shot up.
Your best friends, your parents.
We've heard it's not the gun, it's the person. We've heard give people more guns. We've heard take away all guns.
My thing is, even if we go with that type of mentality of it's not the gun / item, it's the person, right?
Yeah.
It's still understanding regardless. A person with a knife going on this crowd, stabbing like 5, 10, maybe 15 people if nobody catches him in time.
Yeah.
And a person who has an AR that's able to let off these rounds and decimate a whole room in seconds.
In one sweep, yeah.
How is that a clear comparison?
And they want us to get to the point eventually where we don't even have to be licensed for it.
I think we're already at that point in Florida, unfortunately.
I thought they were pushing for it. I didn't think it was kind of already like passed.
It's not passed yet?
We'll have to fact check that and come back to it.
Okay.
But thoughts and prayers to everyone affected. And we have to get to a point to where we stop with because I seen all the classmates saying, they'd never seen them like this. They never seen any red flags. And we got to stop hearing that. Like, these people need to be classified as terrorists. They need to be classified as thugs. They need to be classified as the worst names possible. They're killing multiple people. They're affecting hundreds and thousands of families.
Listen, I really, really want us to stop showcasing pictures and videos.
All of that. Of
the actual perpetrator. Because since the Columbine bullshit that started it, and them people was looking for notoriety, in my personal opinion, I feel like every school shooter after that was along the same realms. And
that's another thing too. Going into when you actually think, well, why would this person possibly go into a situation? One thing, at a time, why would this person go into the situation? 2, why would this person go into the situation and be live streaming? And that's where the conversation of clout and attention has now transcended into being criminals as well.
I would say it with your chest, yeah. Being a criminal. You saw that one man who kept jumping out the car in the middle of the roads.
Yes, and kicking the cars.
Kicking the cars.
Kind of like doing a little like set thing.
Boy, I will run you over. Don't play that down here.
If everything kind of keep going the way it's going, he only got about 2-3 weeks left.
Hey, come down to Florida. Try that. South Florida to be exact.
Don't come to Florida.
Down here. Come down here.
Don't come to Florida at all. And she's saying South Florida. That's where you have to deal with us. But you go North Florida, you gonna have to deal with them, and they gonna take care of it a lot faster.
You talking about Duval?
North Florida in general. You don't want to be in Tallahassee, Jacksonville, none of that.
Nah, Tallahassee getting hot. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's low key getting hot. It don't make sense.
Come up to Tallahassee if you want to and kick a Ford F-150. Play with them boys if you want to. Kick all these Ford F-150s. Watch what happens. But once again, just do also want to close out just saying, thoughts and prayers to everyone affected in that. And this is an awful situation. And there's been way too many mass shootings this year already. There's been way too many mass shootings in general.
When is enough?
Exactly.
When is it enough? Like, enough is enough, but when is it really enough? Like,
how much bloodshed, how many tears, how much of this has to happen until we actually take it serious?
We gonna be talking about this again. I know for a fact.
Yeah, we'll probably be talking about this, unfortunately, within the next 2 weeks, and because that's how often it's been this year.
I hate that so much.
And
I will say the biggest blessing when Big Trump had to send us home. Mm-hmm. Was finally when, because ain't nobody in schools, there wasn't no school shootings. But it wasn't that long when they started allowing people to go back.
And it was shootings.
That immediately, it was starting back up again. It was immediately starting back up.
They just shot up the other places. That's all. And going back to the whole clout conversation, BTB Savage.
Oh my God.
Rest in peace, first and foremost. The reason I say rest in peace to anyone.
Okay, all right. But let me...
Go ahead.
First of all, I don't like to speak on the dead like that unless you did some real immoral stuff, right?
We can speak on the law of attraction, though.
Yes, 100%. And how you can manifest technically the ending of your own life, right? Or you can be one of the main perpetrators of the ending of your own life. That's the best way to say it. That is the best way to say it, right? So with BTB Savage, I think, which is ironic that there's an interview that popped up around him after all this. But this man decided to go ahead and chase it for some clout. In my personal opinion, it was chasing for some clout. Yeah. Posted 2 pictures. We're not going to show them. They're extremely bloody. It's bad.
They're very graphic.
Fit clean.
Diamond grills, I think.
Ain't nothing wrong. I think, was he holding some money?
Money, yeah.
Look, good as hell.
Yeah.
Posted the 2 pictures of him in a bloodbath, like a murder scene. Posted on Twitter 2 pictures of him in that setting. Too much motion. With the money in his hand just flipped up, right? Mm-hmm. 4 hours later, shot dead. By his ops, who seen the post, took it as disrespect. Guess where they ran up on him?
They found him. It's unfortunate, but once again, we have to get to a point to where we understand that life is not a video game. Like,
it's not.
Like, the world is more than clout. It's more than likes. It's more than comments. I understand, especially in our generation, attention is the new currency.
Yes, it is.
Because it is some of the older people too. But really a lot in like our generation's age of criminals, there's an extreme disregard for human life. Like, even their own. Like, you're not even thinking of the logic of like, how can this affect me? Like, back in the days, the quote unquote OGs.
Oh, there was a code.
Even if there wasn't a code, there was a formula that still made sure you were good. If you did something, you either had somebody else make the move or you did it at a time to where you wouldn't be seen. You definitely wouldn't be posted it on social media, I assume. But when you see something like this, you see a thing like Pop Smoke, where he kind of got snubbed. And you see the thing with X and you see that he got snubbed. BTB Savage actually got snubbed, lived. and you didn't take the win.
Yeah, that's technically what it was.
Like, you won and you kept talking. And unfortunately, the law of attraction just took its course. But yeah, I think we really just need to think to ourselves how much we actually care about human lives, including our own.
That's 100%. Because fully, even with those situations that happened with Pop Smoke, that happened with X, that happened with PNB Rock, that happened with, and we can go down the list. We can keep going. We can keep going. That's a problem. And I think that is more in our generation of Gen Z, later stage millennial, that we really need to come to grips with, because that's coupling up with the fact that we use social media the most. And
I ain't gonna lie, the old folks, the older people weren't really wrong. A lot of people are scared to just take an ass whooping these days.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Like, there's way too many guns being pulled out for everybody to be quote unquote street.
That's 100% true. Baby, you remember that video of that white man who kind of punched the black dude in the face, or like it's somewhere on him, and he immediately tried to grab out a gun? Why,
I didn't see
why
that.
you ain't swing back?
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
No, but that's crazy. But yeah, I think we need, not us, because it's not us, but there needs to really be a look at what we're doing for clout. Like, you literally died for clout. And it's so, like, I get it's funny, but to me it's like extremely sad, because as somebody our age, that you literally just could have went to bed. Like, you didn't have to post a picture. And especially if it's true that his girl pulled the trigger, like, your girl had to live through this type of trauma now, because even if she decided to be with you, if she wasn't really in it like that, she didn't really commit to having to pull the trigger on somebody.
Kind of like with what happened with Dirk in India when they got ran up in the middle of the night, and India had to grab a gun to shoot, because obviously there's kids in the household that y'all also are trying to protect.
Right.
So, but that's the thing that we do have to talk about, especially for women, because a lot of women, and we can be honest here, especially like the more hood ghetto type, a lot of women do love street guys, right? And we glamorize the street life and the fast money so much that when you are in these type of situations, are you going to be able to handle this high stress event?
Right.
What was that one event? What was that one thing you was telling me about where the girl was actually in the closet and she's on the phone with her boyfriend? Who? It was a rapper.
Oh, that was Hitman Holla. Yeah. People were invading his home. Luckily everybody made it out, but people were invading his home, and his baby mother / wife, I believe, was home by herself. And he had to kind of direct her, go into the closet. You got to get the gun. If somebody opened the door, like, you got to shoot. And he was explaining, like, he was really in pain. He was hurting and all that. And you could kind of hear the guilt in his voice. Like, he could tell, not guilt as in it was his fault, but, he knew that she's really not supposed to be in a situation like that. And you could tell that really would have done a lot to him if he would have got caught up with something like that, or if something would have happened to her. And that kind of just goes into it as well. A lot of times, especially being a black guy, I would imagine in the streets, that one form of, compassion, affection, intimacy is typically your girlfriend, your trap queen, your ride or die, whatever you choose to call her. They got a lot of names for her.
Trap queen?
They got a lot of names for
What
her.
is this, 2017?
My fault. That's on me. That's on me. But, and you get this person that you can now kind of open up to, and you forget that when you choose this part of life, sometimes the bad days come too. And now you've brought this person that you ultimately probably care about more than yourself into this life.
I think what a lot of people don't understand, or they may just have like a more arbitrary understanding of this, is that when you get into a relationship with somebody else, or you're considering any type of romantic advances from them seriously, you're going to be taking on their baggage along with your own, right? Now, of course, if they're just an average dude, you're possibly just dealing with unhealed childhood trauma, maybe like abandoned father,
Work
mommy
problems.
issues, work problems. Exactly. If you getting a street slash hood dude, you dealing with those issues and possibly more because their actual lifestyle details some of the issues they're going to be dealing with.
Right.
Regardless.
Like 100%, you can't only look at the fast money, the nice cars, and forget the other side of that. Because that other side inevitably, typically catches up.
Inevitably?
Inevitably.
I mean, that would be fucking me up too. I understand.
Inevitably.
Inevitably.
You're trying to correct it and saying it more wrong than
My
I was.
bad. I'm fucking up. My bad.
Inevitably, the bad side of that life is always going to catch up to you.
But yeah, when you're dealing with that type of situation, it's just regardless, stuff is going to happen and you have to kind of prepare, right? They obviously prepared, if we bring it back to BTB Savage, they obviously were prepared enough that he was able to make off with his life that night.
Correct.
He was not prepared for the reaction that was going to happen after those photos. As we can see, 4 hours later, there's a crime scene.
Yeah.
So even when understanding when you're just a person that like is just associated with it, but you ain't really deep into it. If you're deep in this type of street life, why are you doing stuff like this? And not assuming that now you're going to make the ops go harder. Unless you really got heat like that you don't care.
I mean, it's for attention, but it's ultimately an understanding, right? No matter what field of life you're in, you want to be at the top. So you typically replicate the top. If you're in sales, you replicate what you see the best salesman doing. If you're at a restaurant, you copy what you see the best cook doing. In the streets, the people to copy are the celebrities. All they do, the street celebrities are all rappers, one. All they do is diss each other. In songs, on the internet. So with them being the older generation, some of them aren't older, but at least the popular generation, that's kind of what's seen as kind of like the new blueprint. So, and then you got to think, it worked. He technically was dropping music, I think, like right after he posted a picture. And I didn't forget all of y'all. I seen a lot of y'all saying that picture was crazy hard. There was a super fire picture. Oh, this the best diss of all time. And then the very next day, y'all had to walk it back.
Hey, I don't want to be that type of person, but I feel like that may have also contributed to the ire, the anger.
It did, but that's what I'm saying.
Let's be honest.
Just like in relationships, which that's a topic for another day that I know we're going to get to. But dudes don't do well with embarrassment.
Yeah.
And they always take it. Well, anybody in general don't do well with embarrassment.
Let's be honest about men.
But
when it comes to
dudes,
guns,
we typically, it's not guns, it's anything. If we get disrespected, we gonna up it. We gonna take it to the next level possible. Whether it's with women, whether it's with money, whether it's with the job, whether it's with the boss, definitely in the streets. If you embarrass us, if you try to make a fool out of us, now we got to get back. Unfortunately, that is what this situation is a product of.
That's true. That's true. Listen. Which is a nice segue into our next topic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be about...
I'm so curious.
Them people banging they sets at Dreamville?
Oh my God.
Hey, be for real. Was you expecting that too?
No, I was not. I didn't. I actually, I'm not going to lie. If it was anywhere I thought I wasn't going to see game bangers, it was at the J. Cole concert. I'll be honest. At Dreamville Fest, I wasn't really expecting to see people really throwing up their sets.
Listen.
To give a little context, we went to Dreamville Fest. And out of experience, I mean, 10 out of 10. We've been to 3 concerts or 2 concerts prior. 2 concerts prior. Both great. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. It was J. Cole 21, Kendrick Lamar, Baby King. Both amazing concerts. We just went to Dreamville Fest. Amazing. But yes, there was people throwing up their sets.
What song was it?
It was
Represent your clip,
it's the very first song of the last album.
95 South?
Yeah, that's what it's called. 95
Okay.
South. So yeah,
It was
towards the
during-
end of 95 South, when Lil Jon, I believe, in the East Side Boys started saying, "Put your hood up," they followed directions,
Represent your clip, motherfucker.
and that's when I realized, as much as I yelled that part, I never was really representing my clique or my hood.
Let's be honest. What clique or hood are you going to represent, baby?
Them boys,
Them boys.
them boys. You ain't gotta know about them.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, because you know about them.
No, I don't. All right, anyway. But I'm not going to lie to you. It did get to a point in time. I'm recording a lot of the videos because I'm just lit. I'm having a good ass time.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
She was throwing them.
But I started to memorize one of them. I'm like, whoa, he really got it in the camera like that. And I'm looking from it from like the viewfinder. And it's like, wow.
Yeah, I'm sitting here jamming. I look beside me. I thought Young Thug was hit with
Don't
me.
do that.
She putting up signs.
Don't do that.
I'm like, dang, when you that's, and once again, I have to bring it up, guys. I'm sorry if you live over there, but South Florida is one of those things where, whew, okay.
What's that supposed to mean?
Enough said.
This is like your second time bringing it up. Please get it off your chest. What is it?
How did you enjoy Dreamville?
I had an amazing time. I'm not going to lie to you. It was rough. I'm not going to lie to you. We really had to miss the whole first day, which honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. It was kind of, some of it was on our fault. I'm not going to lie. It was, because we didn't have to eat the crystals around 11:30 p.m., 12:30 a.m., knowing that we had to wake up at 4:30 to catch a 6:30 flight.
First off, let's not food shame.
Let's not food shame.
Originally,
Is it Crystal's gutter?
whoa.
You really gonna cape for them after what they did to you? We missed the whole first day.
Let's not food shame.
Food shame.
All the other times we went to Crystals, we never dealt with this.
So
But what I will say is,
we've never had bubble guts when it came to crystals.
we've had bubble guts from several. That's not the point. What I will say is, and I know you're watching this, so I'm gonna look right at the camera. JJ, you did warn us. You warned us. You told us that Jacksonville Crystals wasn't it.
Off of exit 357.
Nah, she said all of them. She said every single one.
She said all the
don't go to a
Crystals?
single one.
In Jacksonville?
Yeah. Just if you hearing this and you own a franchise of Crystals in Jacksonville, go there, close it. Because I know y'all be because y'all be open 24/7. So I can't even say like just close it for the day. Just go there, close it. If you want to, you can let some of the employees take some of the food home. They ain't got nothing to lose.
Come on, bro.
No, don't make it sound like I'm not saying it like
Why would
that.
you say that?
I'm saying in terms of what they is eating. You, babe,
Nah.
we worked in food places. You know they eating the crystals. We worked in food places. You always snack on the job.
I'm about to say what your chest.
Close the crystals down permanently. I'm still only really gonna go to the one in Daytona. I'm not really gonna touch the one in Jacksonville ever again, or maybe any other one permanently.
Yeah. Listen, it's because of this crystals that we had around 12 a.m., which is technically, if you don't know
We
what
ain't even
crystals,
eat them all either.
if you don't know what crystals is, it's kind of like
It's-
a burger joint.
It's basically like if Waffle House and White Castle have a baby. That's crystals.
Technically, yeah.
Cause they bumping in there, but you can get a small burger. So it's like if White Castle had hands.
Okay, but I blame crystals, and I also blame TSA forcing us to go through twice because of our podcast and camera equipment. Yes, these two made us miss our flights. So then we already getting there. We probably 2-3 hours late for the concert at that point. Yeah. So we thinking we all right. We shaking back. You know, it's a connecting flight. Turbulence on the second flight. You would have thought we was on. You would have thought we was on a JetBlue Spirit flight.
You would have thought we was going through Sharknado, bro. And then it's the thing, right? Y'all be seeing the movies. It felt like the movies because the dude kind of came on. All right, we're gonna have a little bit of turbulence. I've already been told that there's a storm here, but we're gonna turn this way and go above the storm. Everything's gonna be fine, bruh. Halfway through it, I thought I was in Universal Studios. I thought I was on the Hulk.
Like it was bad. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it was awful. I started sweating. I was throwing up.
We can't blame the pilot for that though. I'm not gonna lie to you. We can't.
No, I mean, hey, shout out to the pilot. We made it there safe.
Yeah,
like I'm not tripping on that, but we did get some crazy turbulence.
Yeah, because he told us the whole reason why we even had to go through that was because he chose not to go through the storm, not to go above the storm, but literally to go around the storm that was coming across the area. And we was finally able to get there. So I'm happy for him. He got us there safe, in shape, without your stomach, but he got us there good. Yeah. But you was able to shake back for the second day. And the second day, boy, did we have a blast.
100%. Nah, second day was really amazing. We pretty much seen everybody that we would have wanted to see, truthfully. Like, because we saw everybody kind of came out at the end. We saw Jed, Earth Gang, Boss, the whole Dreamville camp. Then, when Drake came out,
let me tell you something.
He was just shaking the dice of celebrities that he could bring out.
He said that, J. Cole asked him to bring the pack out, right? And he's just keep throwing out word, I got the pack. Okay,
but be honest.
Who is the pack?
If you think Drake, you think Pac, you only thinking maybe Lil Wayne, Nicki, 21. Just because, and that's only 21 now because they got the album that just came out. Mm. But before then, you thinking Wayne, Nicki. But you're not really thinking Drake gonna bring Wayne out to Dreamville. So you really don't know. If we being honest, you don't really know who he talking about.
Hey, he was teasing the fuck out of us with 21 Savage, right? But here's the thing. With the rest of the people who was bringing out, for him to start off that way with Glorilla, for a lot of us who accidentally missed her or who missed her, was she even able to perform? Or was she one of the artists just like Key Glock?
Everybody had to deal with storms that was flying in. So
yeah, because Key Glock couldn't even make it. Key Glock
missed his performance. They switched him out with Tusi.
And then, how the hell did they have him on the back burner? Like,
he might have just been somebody that was gonna kind of like jump out and surprise people.
Oh, okay. And then he just took over. All right.
Yeah, because I mean, he got songs that people can sing along, and it's a concert, so that's what you need. And then Glorilla missed her flight, so then she was a little late. That's when Drake brought her out, which Glorilla makes music that's gonna boom in concert. So when she came out, it was hype. Nobody really cared. We had a good time.
Listen, I originally thought like she just couldn't make it at all. It was going to be the same situation as Key Glock. So to see her pop up on stage, it really was like, oh shit. Yeah. But like the crowd, like that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that you really can't describe to the next person unless they're there. It's the energy. Yeah. It is the energy that you feel all around you, the anticipation. Listen, but a third artist, he brought out Glorilla. This man brought out Lil Uzi. But then who else he brought? He brought out J. Cole back again. Yeah.
Well, technically, J. Cole came to finish his set.
It don't matter. That's
no, he did bring J. Cole out. He brought J. Cole out so everybody could sing to him.
Exactly. So he brought out J. Cole again. Got out Lil Wayne. Like, at a certain point in time, he was building up anticipation. Everybody kept saying 21. Like, and he kept saying, y'all want more? Do you want more? That's the thing, too. Drake, There's a reason why Drake is confident. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like seeing him perform and the way that he did it.
No, he's him.
He's him. He is.
He is.
I really hate that whole term too. That I'm her, I'm him, whatever.
I think it's valid.
He's him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Once you see him in person, live performing, and what he brings to the table, he's him. I don't care what nobody say. He's him. One of the greatest performers.
Yeah, because then after Glorilla, see, Glorilla was really as small as it was gonna get in the sense of that night.
Yeah, who he was gonna bring out? Yeah,
and even that was like a big deal because she got F blank free, and then she got her songs that just get people hyped. But then you let her go in. I think Drake might do another song, a little quick song, something light that make you think y'all just finna get back to it. Then right after that, he bring out Uzi. The crowd goes absolutely insane.
I don't really care if you cry.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. It's like because he's bringing out artists that he's not necessarily associated with at first. Now you've already kind of been tricked into now we really don't know who coming out.
True.
Because Glorilla was a wild card, and then Uzi was an extreme. Like, Uzi wasn't even performing. Nobody knows why Uzi was there. Nobody knows why Uzi was there.
I was not in Raleigh, North Carolina. What is this man doing over here?
And he came out and once again reminded me that all of y'all doing that dance is not doing it right. He is once again the only person I have seen do that dance correctly. But after...
But he's the one who created the dance. Obviously,
it's a lot of people. Let me tell you something. Them people that made the Dougie, they only had like a couple months, and then the people came out the hood and was going insane.
Okay, I'll give you that.
People that made the jerk,
I'll give you that.
all the other dances, you really got to see the people in the hood or the people that really can dance.
That's the one thing about it. The hood has exceptional talent out there,
especially from the crackheads. Oh, I'm gonna talk about it. We not gonna disrespect crackheads. Crackheads done did a lot for me.
Because now I gotta ask you.
Oh God.
No, because I'm aggravated that I gotta ask you now. Because what did the crackhead, like, you really making it seem like they helped raise you? Like, how did the crackhead benefit your life?
Have you ever went to a car wash, paid $20-$30, got out the car wash and was kind of upset because there was still some smudges on there? I'm just asking a question. Yes or no? Yes or no? Don't say nothing else. Yes or no?
But let me get clarification.
Yes or no?
Let me get clarification.
Have you gone to a car wash? You don't need clarification. I'm giving you clarification. Have you gone to a car wash, spent $20 to $30, and as soon as you pulled out the car wash, you realized there was still smudges on your car? Yes or no? Yes or no? And if I get anything else, that means yes. So you gonna either say no or you gonna say yes.
You mean with the newspaper?
All right, so that means yes. So you went to a car wash before, spent that $20-$30, and you weren't satisfied.
There has been times.
I have never paid a crackhead $5 and not been satisfied with the car wash. Every single time it's spotless. They'll vacuum the whole car. They'll clean it. Windows, Windex, vacuum. They'll Febreze your seats if you got Febreze. Whatever. See, that's the thing about crackheads.
First of all,
what up?
Where's the crackheads getting these type of items to fix up your car like this?
From your house. From your house.
Oh, from my house.
Yeah. You just get the supplies.
Oh, crackheads making house calls then?
No, you calling them. You got the supplies. You giving them the $5. Even exchange. They basically contractors.
First of all, why are you willing to pay $20-$25 at a car wash, but the crackhead who's providing exceptional service, you're only willing to give them $5? I feel like they should at least deserve $10-$15.
I'm not only willing to give them $5. That's all they ask for.
So because that's all they ask for, that's all you're going to get?
Sometimes I give them a tip.
How much a tip?
Small fry.
Oh, so it's
small
a food
fry
item.
Double.
Jesus Christ.
That's $2. And that's money. That's money that they don't have to spend.
First of all, that is not $2. If we're talking about McDonald's, they dollar menu. It's not even a dollar menu anymore. It's dollar and more.
So are you saying I should just give them a 4-piece Happy Meal? Save a little bit.
Save some money on a King's meal?
I definitely can't. I can't give them no eggs. No eggs, no chicken wings. Those way too expensive these days.
All right.
You started it. I was trying to be good.
You was trying to be good.
Yes.
I don't even remember what's the original. Dreamville. How we got to talking about crackheads?
When you spend money on quality service, you should be able to refer them.
So what you're telling me is that you would refer to crackheads to other people if they were willing to ask.
Correct.
Why I feel like you got this from your daddy. He loves utilizing that service the most.
We are not allowed to expose in-laws on the show. So I plead the fifth to that. My father pays for high quality services.
Okay. Wait, who is the people that we did miss from the first day who had amazing performances? Like, let's be honest here.
Usher, Dreamville, Ari Lennox. No, Usher, Earth Gang, Ari Lennox.
They had some amazing performances.
Yeah. Ari Lennox is Ari Lennox.
Ari Lennox made me question if I was bi. I'm not gonna lie to you, because when you maybe guys don't experience this, but I feel like some girls do.
I don't even know where
when
you're going, but I know I don't
somebody
experience. Go ahead.
So pretty, like the way her body is shaped, like the way her hair flows, just like find her essence is just beautiful, especially with her singing talents. That you really start to question, like, do I want to be like her or would I want to be with her?
So it's like you look in the mirror, but you want to join the reflection.
Interesting take. But yes.
And then it also makes you reflect on yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
Love her to death, though. Definitely got to go to an Ari Lennox concert. 100%.
Crazy enough, she was just in Florida. Yeah.
Where's she at now?
I think she's done with her tour. So we'll have to wait till the next album.
I'm gonna look it up after this. I'm gonna go look it up because I do got to. But Usher, Usher?
Usher's him.
Usher?
Matter of fact, while we're here,
Usher?
let me go ahead and stand on the ledge here. Even though I don't feel like I'm standing on the ledge. I don't care who your favorite R&B is. They're not touching Usher.
They're not touching Usher. I don't care what nobody's saying. You remember when I was trying to compare Chris Brown to Usher?
I was trying not to do it.
Not granted.
I was trying not to do it. I was trying to stay away from that.
It's a fight. It's a tussle. But let's be honest here. After what I just seen with Usher, come on now. Be for real. Be for real.
Chris Brown is a R&B god. He's one of them. He is. He do not have 20 songs for Usher. Not enough verses. I'm sorry. Not 20 of them.
If it was maybe
Usher
10,
really... Go ahead.
If it was maybe 10, they could really go toe-to-toe. But once you start hitting the 20s...
10 is a good battle. And I mean, 10 is still... Because you may want to go 15. Because Usher's first 10 are really rough. So you may want to go...
Chris Brown got some real good songs, too. We're not going to play Chris Brown. I mean, granted...
I'm not knocking that, but it's just like...
He's a very controversial figure.
You remember that feeling when, like, Usher started, like we kind of could tell Confessions was coming up?
Oh, yeah.
And then when Superstar came on and everybody hit the note, because you know he gonna hit the note, and he just spent an hour 20 just reminding everybody why he's Usher.
Listen.
To the point to where every time we thought it was over, like, all right, that's the last song. Nope. It's one more that you forgot, and you forgot how much it actually hit. To the point he hit us with so much that he did at the end, and we forgot about Yeah.
Listen, I was completely fucked up, right? Because, we missed the whole first day. So when he played that trash-ass joke on everybody, oh, here comes Beyonce. I'm like, sir, excuse me?
No, that was insane.
Excuse me?
That was insane.
You're lying.
The Beyonce April Fool's joke, probably the worst April Fool's joke I ever experienced my whole life.
I'm telling you, like, a rock dropped to the
because he really held it to the side for a minute too. Like she was really like getting her like last little piece of her shoe together, and we was waiting on her to just kind of stumble onto the.
Listen, I was in physical pain, thinking that Beyonce was about to come out, and I was not there. I was in physical pain, and then that man's That man said, well, it'd be nice to see her. And I'm just like,
Nah, that was insane.
why would you lie about something like that?
Top quality April Fool's joke.
Why would you lie? That's like if I'm in the Sahara Desert and it's been about a day and a half with no water. I'm feeling like I'm about to pass out. I see like in the distance a mirage of like an island with water. I get there, it's just more sand. That was the feel that he gave me when he did that. And I was left stumbling later down the desert trying to quench my thirst. Like, why would you say that? Because now I'm getting extremely hyped that Beyonce coming out, but I'm also hurt. Then he goes, hey, April Fools. My nigga, I should.
But he got back to it right afterwards.
He did.
But yeah, Dreamville Fest was A1. But yeah, and even more than that, the Dreamville Fest, just the overall weekend was probably my favorite. Nah, I can't say it's my favorite activity I've done with you, but it's definitely my favorite like festival, music, concert thing that we've ever done.
Okay. Well, what's the favorite activity? Your most favorite activity that you've ever done with me then?
That's a good question. I think, honestly, I still may have, in terms of concerts, I think I still might have enjoyed, just with us two, like the whole Kendrick concert a little more. Not because of the performance, but just that weekend had a vibe for us. And then
Isn't that the weekend we literally just kind of grabbed the PlayStation and just went to the hotel and was chilling? Because we usually try to jam pack our days with a bunch of activities.
yeah,
But we just literally had the PlayStation in the hotel room.
I think you had homework though.
I may have homework. I leave my homework last minute very much. I do.
Yeah,
It's a
but
problem.
I think probably favorite time with you still, like when it's just like us two, is probably gonna be Cozumel. Still, like that ATV ride and the jumping in that like spring with the bats and stuff in it, tasting all the tequilas and stuff. That's probably my favorite experience with you, even though that was like really early.
That's amazing. I really enjoyed that time. Even though I was getting fed up with going to Cozumel. It was like our third time though. That time was on accident.
But it was our first time with money, and I feel like,
all right, I'll give you that.
If you travel somewhere without money like that, you don't really like experience the place. Like
You don't. And here's the thing. There's cheap things and experiences to do in certain places. Yes, 100%. But if you don't got the actual money to drive out there, not just in the tourist parts, because the tourist parts is extremely overpriced,
and it's
overhyped.
it's a small amount of land.
And it's a very small amount of land that's packed with a bunch of vendors.
You can typically walk through the tourist parts in like 30 minutes, max.
Yeah. But to do the ATV and actually get deeper into Cozumel, we really had to.
Yeah, because it was a private beach we was on with unlimited drinks and stuff. Like, we had a time.
It was amazing.
We did.
It was. I'll give you that. So, my favorite experience, I think the first time we did our YouTube channel together. I think, and especially if I want to like reference like a video in particular, I think it was the one where we did like we had to figure out a costume.
Oh, the like Halloween costume thing?
Yes, we had to figure out a costume just randomly out of our house. Just like, dude, we just moved in our apartment. We broke as fuck. Like, we broke as hell. And
we was figuring it out.
And
we wanted to do content, but we were still kind of being careful because we knew we was kind of like new in a relationship. So we was kind of like being smart about it just in case. But it was fun. Like, even the Walmart stuff, the couples tags.
I remember.
Shout out Prolific Striker, the YouTube channel. If y'all want to go find it, it's still up there.
True. I remember when you came downstairs and I was so upset. It was like your John Deere green jacket. Then you had your John Deere pajama pants. And then you had like a cowboy hat that was technically just my regular sun hat that you fashioned into a cowboy hat.
You talking about when I was farming?
Patrick, you really want to play? Patrick, you really want to play right now? You really came down here talking about you were a farmer. I was like, for real? You're a rancher? How was that fair?
How is a John Deere hoodie and a yarn hat?
A yarn hat.
I mean, a straw hat.
Uh-huh.
How does that not qualify for a farmer?
You think
Like, would it have been better if I put a piece of straw in my mouth too?
you think Patrick, you think every farmer out there is wearing John Deere? Is that what you're saying?
Do you think farmers don't have multiple outfits for different occasions? That's all I'm saying.
That's not fair.
I feel like I was a chilly farmer. It was a little cold out.
Okay, if we can just throw on random outfits out of nowhere and then just put a context on it.
You making it something it's not. You making it something
because
it's not.
I could dress up a certain way, right? Show up and be like, oh, well, I look like this basketball player when he's walking into the locker rooms before the game starts. That's what I look like. Like, nobody's going to accept that at a Halloween costume party. You have to actually do more.
But if you had on a full basketball outfit, they would have to accept it because there's different variants of the outfit.
Patrick,
so if you had on like gym shorts, even if they weren't Nike, if they were gym shorts,
Patrick. See, and this is why we gotta have more farmer friends or something, because I can't ask any of them.
Why do we always have to have something? Because we don't have to have farmer friends.
Because we can look it up, but I always feel like you get the most amount of knowledge and firsthand experience from somebody who lives that exact life, right?
You don't feel like that when he says it?
Because if your experiences that you're referencing to are all personal anecdotes about how this worked out for them against the rule of everybody else, yes, I am going to rely more on scientifically backed facts than personal anecdotes from just firsthand experiences, right? But yes, you coming out in a John Deere outfit, because we're not just about to let that slide. You coming out in a whatever. That's not a farmer to me. But whatever, I guess you got the point during that game.
What do you think John Deere makes?
Like them little tractor things. Like them little artillery machines.
They make like tractors and things to collect crops, right?
Yeah.
For
who? For the people who's
farmers.
Who's cultivating the land.
Farmers.
Yeah, they're cultivating the land, yeah.
So it would be safe to assume that a farmer may wear John Deere, right?
So he's coming out there, hoodie, pajama pants, straw hat. You know what, Patrick? I gave you the point. What more do you want from me? I gave you the point.
That was like 3 years ago. I didn't think we would be talking about it. So
because that really bothered me. Because you did all of that about my toilet paper mummy. You did all of that, but I had to let the John Deere one go. Whatever.
You wasn't really fully covered. You was like a mummy in a bikini. Like you didn't have on, like it wasn't even fully wrapped.
We got to go back to the video. But yes, 100%, that was my favorite experience with you. It was hard. Just doing content in general is
Content
hard.
isn't easy.
Like even this. What time is it? It's 5 a.m. right now. Like
5:27.
You want to give them the exact time? But
might as well. I got to be to work in 4 hours.
Like content is not easy, and even though we dealt with so many drawbacks during that period in time, there was so many positives, so I can't look back on that experience without feeling like the utmost happiness and love for you.
Nah, this is great, and love you too. But nah, this is great. I mean, this production as a whole, if people actually seen what was like actually behind the cameras, how much help we had, like they'd be amazed. Like It's Just Us is more than just a title name. Like it's literal. Like it's the motto. It's everything. Like everything that you see that is made, whether it's the website, whether it's the production, the set, the design, it's just us. Like we come up with it, we making it happen, we have ideas, and we executing. So if you decide to follow us throughout this journey, we definitely appreciate it. And make sure, because we definitely want to get interactive off the bat, that you are joining the It's Just community via Discord so we can get your recommendations on subjects. Send us content that you love. If you make videos, send us that. If you got something you want to talk about, send it in and we'll talk about it.
Like with this Discord, we hope to build something way more than what we can actually ever imagine. And of course, it started to like the first 10, first 15. Oh, you hype as hell. Oh, snap. Joseph just joined. Like you just happy to just seeing just the wave of people starting to come up. But once it turns to like an actual community where we don't actually have to be there and everybody is just congregating, talking with each other, and able to just critically think with each other, because we're lacking that so much nowadays, of just being able to give an opinion, give substantial evidence as to why you supported the opinion, and allow the other person to disagree in their own respectful manner. Like, we've lost that so much in this day and age. So to be able to be a part of facilitating that, especially amongst our group, our supporters, would be like the most amazing thing.
Definitely hop up in there, conversate with us, conversate amongst each other, and be prepared for giveaways, because everybody that's joining early will get a little extra some we can't tell you yet. Mm-hmm. But what we will say is everyone that joins the chat within the first month will get the badge and role day ones. That will come with something in the future. Thank you so much for catching the first episode of It's Just Us. Yes. I once again am Patrick, here with the lovely, beautiful
Stephanie.
And we are your hosts. You can catch us once a week, every week, on any platform you choose.
It's up to you. If you want to catch us on only audio, that's fine. We're everywhere. Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon. Like we're everywhere.
Wherever you need us, we there.
We're also on video. So if you want to skip the audio and just watch us on video on YouTube, that's fine.
Appreciate you.
You can go ahead and follow us on that too.
Video clips too.
We do be on social media like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. So if you want to keep up with us on that, you can also. That's up to you.
We appreciate it.
Listen, we're all about free choice over here.
But the more the better.
All right, but we tired.
I am exhausted. I got to go to work in like 3 hours. We still working, people. But we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you once again for watching the show. And we hope you enjoyed us. Let us know how you feel about it in the comments. And don't forget to send us suggestions in the Discord. Deuces.
We love you.